Well, at least I didn't go to Norwich. I suppose that's something. Norwich are the Canaries, aren't they? And when the canary pops its clogs down the mine shaft, that's when you know you're in trouble. I think Arsenal maybe know they're in trouble after today. This 1-1 draw, very disappointing. Another missed opportunity to pick up points, coming off the back of the Spurs game and then the West Brom game, which was very frustrating. It's really, really irritating to have dropped another two. And people keep saying to me whenever I do any press or what have you, do you think an Arsenal blip could come? I think we're in it. I think we're in it. We've won 2 of the last 7 games. I don't think we're playing with anything like the conviction we were a little while ago. And yeah, the injuries just keep on mounting up. 2 more today, Alexis Sanchez and Laurent Koscielny. Santi Cazorla might be added to that list too, but we'd made a lot of substitutions by then. Enormously frustrating to lose another couple of key players. This game, the first half, really reminded me of West Brom. We lost a key French defensive player in the early stages, much like Coquelin at the Hawthorns. We took the lead and then looked subsequently relatively comfortable and then allowed them back into the game with some really poor defending. I suppose the only difference is that it didn't go to 2-1, but it should have done. Norwich had a brilliant chance at the back post where Bellerin let his man get away from him, and yet he fired over the bar. Frustrating because we'd played some good stuff in that first 45. Our goal was excellent, wonderful, quick feet from Alexis, who we're going to miss terribly if he misses any length of time. And a really good finish from Mesut Ozil, which tells you something about the confidence he's playing with. Just a brilliant take. John Ruddy didn't help himself. He is rubbish, in my opinion. If anyone's nicking a living in the Premier League, it might be John Ruddy. It's certainly not Mesut Ozil, who continues to impress. But then, I don't know. The goal lifted Norwich, obviously. The injuries slowed our game, slowed our momentum. I think it hindered our confidence too. I mean, if you're an Arsenal player, you must just be wondering when your hamstring's going to go. And in the case of Alexis, Arsenal's made a real rod for his own back. I mean, he talked in the build-up to this game about how he, at some point he needed a rest, how he was carrying a little hamstring problem, but he felt he had to keep playing him. Don't talk about that publicly. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in a position where now every pundit and every disgruntled fan can turn around and say to you as manager, I told you so? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm sure Arsenal's just, being honest and being candid, but he's made life harder for himself there on the Alexis front. Koscielny would be a major blow too. Gabriel came in today, usually very accomplished, not so much today. Didn't have a good game. Not many did, to be honest, particularly in the second half. So here we go. We're sort of in this sort of winnable run of games, but we've dropped points at West Brom. We've dropped points at Norwich. Sunderland and Villa next. You'd think those are games where we could pick up points, but who knows now? And people will say, well, we're still within touching distance of the top. We're only a couple of points away. But the point is that we could be in the lead. We could be out in front. We certainly could be well clear of the likes of Spurs and United. And what troubles me far more in some respects than the fact that City haven't run away with it is the fact that the teams behind are catching up. I'm talking about Spurs. I'm talking about United. I mean, I'm looking at the table now. Even a team like Everton 5 points away. I don't necessarily think that the compression of the league is a good thing. Not when we could and should be ahead. And the second half of the fixture list, I think, is tougher than what we've got before Christmas. And points like these 2 that we've dropped today, you really fear the end of the season. That's something you'll be looking at and going, that was one of the ones. And, it all adds up. I mean, how much did we miss Coquelin today? A lot. Right, I'm going to stop rambling, but it's dark in here, as you can see, and that pretty much reflects my mood. When's the next game? Next weekend. Sunderland. Speak to you then.